Okay, so let's talk about something none of us ever wants to think about. But hey, it happens. Your car needs a tow. Now, you might think a tow is a tow, right? But here in Melbourne, it's not that simple. There are actually two completely different worlds of towing. And knowing the difference, well, it can save you a whole lot of stress, a ton of time, and some serious money. So let's get into it.
So picture this. You're driving along, minding your own business, and then nothing. The engine just cuts out. You're stranded. Your whole day just thrown out the window. You manage to coast to the side of the road, you get the hazard lights blinking, and you pull out your phone. The pressure is on. This moment right here, this is the one that really counts.
Yeah, it's that sinking feeling in your stomach, right? The one where your heart just drops. We've all been there, and it is absolutely the worst. And it's in this moment of pure panic that you have to make a really, really important decision.
And believe it or not, the choice you make right then and there is going to send you down one of two completely different roads. We're not just talking about who you're going to call. We're talking about which system you're about to step into.
So let's be honest. What's the first thing you're probably going to type into Google? Yeah, something like cheap tow near me. It's a totally natural reaction, right? You've got this sudden, unexpected problem, and you just want the quickest, cheapest fix. But that simple search, that's your ticket into the first world of towing, the open market.
So this is what's known in the industry as trade towing, and it basically covers any situation that isn't an accident, like a simple breakdown. When that happens, you are effectively a customer shopping in a pretty competitive and sometimes, let's just say, a largely unregulated space. It's kind of like the Wild West, and you really need to know what you're getting yourself in.
And this is where it can get tricky. You see that really low price you found on Google? A lot of the time, that's just the bait. It can suddenly blow up with all sorts of hidden costs, like per-kilometer charges you didn't know about or huge after-hours fees. And what about insurance? If the operator isn't properly insured and they end up damaging your car, you could be left holding the bag. It's a real gamble.
And this right here, this is the most important thing to understand. For a breakdown, you're in that open market. You have to choose who to call. But if you're in an accident, everything changes. You enter a completely different world, a regulated system where a tow truck is assigned to you and the prices are fixed. And that changes everything. So let's jump into the second world, the regulated system that's built just for road accidents. This isn't about you trying to find the best deal in a panic. Nope. This is all about making sure things are safe, orderly, and efficient when you're already in a pretty stressful situation. In certain places, which are called controlled areas, think metropolitan Melbourne, you actually don't get to pick your tow truck. A central dispatcher has a roster, and they just send the next licensed truck in line. The whole idea is to take the guesswork out of it for you and to get a qualified, safe operator on the scene fast.
And this system has some serious protections built in for you. Only licensed trucks with special tow or HTT plates can even show up. The drivers have to be accredited, and they absolutely cannot move your car until you sign an authority to tow form. Plus, it's illegal for them to try and pressure you into getting repairs done at the scene. These are your rights.
And just to give you an idea of the scale here, this is not a small-time thing. There are over 760 licensed accident tow trucks in Victoria alone. This is a massive, formal system that's designed to manage accident scenes all across the state.
Okay, so this brings us to the big question, right? If you can't choose who tows your car, how on earth do you know you're not getting ripped off? I mean, how are these prices even set, and are they fair?
Well, the regulators use something called benchmarking. They don't just pull a number out of thin air. They actually compare the accident towing fees to what's being charged in other major cities. And they even look at what prices are like in that unregulated trade towing market we talked about. It helps them make sure the fees are actually reasonable. So what's the actual number? In a controlled area, the official regulated base fee for an accident tow is exactly $272.80. That price is set by the government, and it covers the tow truck coming out to you and the first 8 kilometers of travel. And what if you need to go further than that? Well, that's regulated too. For every kilometer you go past that initial 8, it's an extra $4.30. It's a clear, fixed rate, so there shouldn't be any nasty surprises on the final bill. And if your accident happens at night or on a public holiday, yep, there's a rule for that too. For any tow that happens outside of normal business hours, there's a fixed after-hours surcharge of $93.10. Just like everything else, it's all set by the regulators. But here's the one cost you really have to watch out for: storage fees. If your car gets taken to a depot, they start charging you by the day, around $30 a day. And trust me, those fees can add up so fast, they can end up costing you more than the tow itself. So it is absolutely crucial to get your vehicle picked up as soon as you possibly can.
All right, so we've covered the two very different worlds of towing. Now let's put it all together. Let's build a simple, easy-to-remember action plan so that you are prepared no matter what happens when you're out on the road.
So here's your game plan. First, if it's just a breakdown, remember this. You are shopping. Take a breath, ask for the total price right up front, and please confirm that they're insured. Second, if you're in an accident in a controlled area, remember, you are in a system. A truck with fixed fees will be sent to you. And third, and this is the most important one, in any situation, your safety and the safety of everyone with you is always priority number one.
So, the next time you find yourself stuck on the side of the road, I want you to remember what we talked about today. The real question isn't just about finding the cheapest price tag. It's about knowing which of these two worlds you're in, knowing your rights, and making a smart choice. A choice that's really about picking a professional service, not just a price.